Hey, what's going on, man? Hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás? Guten Tag, wie geht's dir? Welcome to the first episode of Unity of Command. This is as you can see, basically a turn-based tabletop game. I was mentioning this in a previous episode. It's kind of like Panzer General. If you've played Panzer General, you can see the obvious similarities here. If you haven't, if you have no idea what Panzer General is, well, then you obviously have no idea what I'm talking about. But it's a really fun game. This is my second time trying to play through it. For some reason, perhaps bogs down. My frames go really slowly with this thing. I don't know why. Obviously, my computer's pretty jacked up. But, it's a pretty good computer. Shouldn't be having any problems with recording or anything like this, but it does. But anyway, let's begin. My objectives here is I have so many turns. I have about 8 turns, I believe, to capture these objectives, these cities. And here are my troops. Here's the Soviet troops. This is the very first campaign, the very first battle of the Operation Barbarossa. And this is the northern theater of that battle. So I have 6 turns, and by 6th turn I want to take us off here. Gotta take the Govpils by turn 4 and Riga by turn 5. Now, if you look right here, it has these different numbers and all those things. Basically, what happens is if you accomplish these turns by 4, 5, and 6, you get what's called decisive victory, and you get more prestige points. If you don't accomplish it, it's just a regular victory, and you don't get as many prestige points or whatnot. Now each unit, I got this up. Each unit has, you can see here the orange. The orange is what they can do, how far they can move and attack. If I press the space bar, it turns black, and this is, how far can you move without attacking. And it'll become much more easy to understand as the game progresses. So basically, the first thing I want to do is I want to push up as far as possible and try to open up a breach in their line, so I can push up north with my panzers and mechanized infantry as quickly as possible. That's gonna help me accomplish my objectives more quickly. The other thing that you have to consider on this game is supplies. Now, the game kind of lacks depth in the respect that you're not worried about, what kind of infantry. You don't have engineers, those things like that. You don't have engineers going against entrenched units, so on and so forth, or at least not that I've seen yet. But what you gotta do is you have to worry about supplies. These are the supply lines right here. They look like little road tracks or whatever you want to call it. You want to cut off the enemy supplies, and you don't want them to cut off yours. If I get up here and cut off the supplies to these guys, it's much more easy for me to destroy them. Pretty simple. That's typical battle characteristics, kind of things like that. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to push everything away from this road here, so that now I can push my panzers up as far as possible. The other thing that's also of concern is called the zones of control. You can see these 2 units have zones of control. See the little flags? It slows my progress down from my panzers. I can't move up into these areas because they come under attack by the enemy units. That's what the zone of control means. So let's keep moving. Move this guy right there, protect my flank. This is this mechanized on up. And what I want to do here is I'm going to do a 2-prong or 2-pincer approach. I'm going to have one come right up, try to get to this junction as quickly as possible, and split off at Riga and the Govpils, and this other one I'm going to take a few units here and move straight up from this side. So let's use my infantry to try to break their entrenchment. Excellent. So now what I can do is I can take a mechanized, put him forward, capture that C. So now we've captured these supply lines, and now these units here are going to have supply problems. He can move here and attack him. And these guys don't really matter what they do because they probably won't even get into the fight in time. So that's the end of the first turn. I got 6 turns to make it work. Now the Russians get to do whatever they want to do. You can see, if you look down here, the exclamation mark. The first exclamation mark means that they're running low on supply. It'll get it to be a darker red, and the bigger exclamation mark, the worse their supplies are. So really, it's all about... The game is simplistic in respect that you don't have to really worry too much about your units, what kind of units you're using. But you do have to worry about supplies. So you're really maneuvering your pieces to try to break their supplies, get behind them, open a breach in the line, get behind and get as far back as quickly as possible to really drain their supplies. Then once their supplies have been drained, then you start to worry about sweeping up with your infantry and knocking out the units that have been encircled. So this guy right here, we want to destroy him as quickly as possible, because he's gonna, there we go, because his zone of control is going to keep my units from moving. So my mechanized on up. Let's see. He can move a couple more turns. So what we could do here, I have 2 different thoughts. First, I could try to force the issue right here. Well, I do have to come over here, so let's fight this guy. There. So now our flank is secure. Our supply line, that is secure. I'll just move this unit up there to make sure that he can't do anything. And on the next... So you can go back, you can't go there. On the next turn, we should be getting ready to take Riga on turn 3. Let's take your infantry first. See if we can't bash these guys out of there. No, I'm gonna have to use a mech. There. So now my panzer can move further. See how much of a difference that made just by destroying that one unit? We're gonna keep this guy. Actually, no, let's undo that. And move him north, because he's mechanized. We shouldn't be screwing around wasting his movement in the back here. There. So now we don't have to worry about this anymore. These guys can start moving up and dealing with these couple units right here. And that's the end of turn 2. This game is a lot of fun. I played 2 rounds of it, or 2 scenarios of it last night, 2 campaigns, but Fraps was really screwing up, and it was really you'd be able to see the tick up here in the upper right hand corner of how much it's recording at. I think if I press... Well, hold on one second, let me see if I can't figure it out, how I can get rid of that. Alrighty, I figured out I had to push a certain button. Whoop. I just moved it. There. Now I got rid of it. So hopefully it'll make the game look a little bit better for you. Now I only have one more attack with my Stuka here, so I don't really want to waste it, but let's see, how far can this guy go? Get up to the bridge. He can get on over. We can get one attack onto him. Let's get this. Now we want to get our mech infantry up as quickly as possible. That's alright. I don't really care that he got destroyed. There. And these guys can just sit out here because there's really nothing they're going to be able to do in time to be of any use. Now, what we want to do is see if we can't move up a little bit. Get an attack on him. There we go. There. Excellent. Let's take our infantry. Actually, what I should have done is attack this guy since he's nearly destroyed. Now what we'll do, move our tank way up there. And see, the reason why this guy is out of, or getting less, you can see he's getting less on the what the heck is that? Less on the supplies, is because the supply line's being cut by this Soviet unit right here. See, he's got even worse supplies because, you know, there's nothing even coming close to him. Let's see if I can find the button. The further away you go from the supply lines, the less the supplies are. You know, the harder it is to get to you, and the supply is to get to you in that sort of situation. Whoops, that's the wrong button. So let's see here. I think we might be a little bit late on some of our objectives. So this is turn 3. So no, we're kind of on schedule for turn 3 for the D city here. Turn 4 for Riga. I might be able to get it. Or we're on turn 3 right now. I should be able to get this one and possibly even Riga on turn 4. It's gonna be hard to get all the way up to Sof here and take that in a turn, essentially. So that's the end of that guy, because he had absolutely nothing left. Let's take these, let's take our supplies here. There, so now our supply line's back up. Now let's start moving this Panzer up. And we'll take this guy, take the city. So we got that one ahead of schedule. Unfortunately, they're going to be low on supply because I can't get onto these two tiles. So what we'll do now, we'll get up here, do a hit, and start moving him up. See, he can't attack at all because he's so low he's out of supply in 2 turns. So he can't even attack. So that's turn 4. So we got the Gov pills in turn 4 here. And then we're starting to move up quickly. As quickly as possible. Taking their armor out of the city. See, now he's fully resupplied. worry about this anymore. Move him up. Destroy this infantry so he can't screw around with us. Keep him in place. What we'll do is we'll do one strike and we'll take off. I'm not gonna be able to take it. Let's see. Can't go back either. What's this? Disband specialist step. There we go. Almost thought we weren't gonna make it there because I had moved my units away from it too quickly, but it worked out. So these guys are low on supply. Let's see, where's my supply button? So they should be able to get some supply. We should take this supply source here if we can. There. Let's move him over here. Now this is a really risky and actually kind of stupid thing for me to be doing, considering they have no supplies and can't even defend themselves. Maybe what I should do here. I don't think it's going to do anything. Okay, we'll do something with them then. Suppress 2 of them. Let's move on to turn... See, this should be turn 6. Okay, so he just retreated to hold that bridge. That's fine. And just cutting off our supplies for another turn. Even just one turn of cutting off supplies is nasty, because look, this guy can't move nearly as far as he could have, and that we really want him to be moving. Let's just clear these guys out of here. There. So now what we'll do is move him up. Move him up. And really at this point, whoops, all these troops back here aren't going to really do anything. Trying to figure out what I should really do with these guys. Where's my supply here? They got no supplies here. But they would over here. Can I get them over there? No, there's still a lot of supply here because of this. I should have pulled them back one. See, I did not use my supplies. Didn't keep that in mind, and now I'm suffering the consequences for it. I think I was supposed to take this off by turn 6, wasn't I? Yep. See, now I'm losing. I'm not gonna be able to gain 50 out of 100, and if it takes too much time, I won't. I'll end up losing the campaign. At this point, there's no point in even playing around with those guys down there. Move up. And that's it, because I can't, I can't get into to attack the city again. Because that one tank kept me away from it. Wait. There, we got it now though. So just a regular victory, not a decisive victory, and I earned 50 prestige on this. So there you go. I hope you liked and enjoyed the first, I guess, episode. The way I'm going to record these things is I'm not going to, go by time, because it would just make no sense to go 15 minutes in and stop halfway through the scenario. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to complete one scenario per video. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you're interested in the game, it is multiplayer, so I wouldn't mind playing against somebody out there. So if you are interested in it, or you have it, let me know. You could maybe play around and screw around on the game a little bit too. So please like, comment, favorite, subscribe. It really helps me know that you enjoy these videos and that you're interested in watching them, especially with the new series. I really appreciate all the likes, comments, and everything, because the channel wouldn't be growing if it wasn't for you. So I really appreciate it. And with that, you take care, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.